What's he cooking in the kitchen today? What's he cooking in the kitchen today? What's he cooking in the kitchen today? Chef, what's he cooking in the kitchen today? Welcome everybody to the first ever episode of the Banks and Tranks podcast season 2. I think it seems strange that they changed up the host. We're the new host now, but that's what they wanted because we are number one in interview talk show podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a very special guest with me today. But let me first, as the host, introduce myself. My name is Suhaib. I come from the long-lost land of Atlantis. And you'll be wondering, why don't you have gills then? That's because Atlantis was never a place that went underwater. It was a metaphor for how we went bankrupt.
All right. Enough
because of the Hammurabi.
Enough biography.
Excuse me, I am the host.
Well, yeah.
Who are you? You're just a guest.
Yeah, but I want to introduce myself, okay?
This
can't be the introduce yourself podcast. We can't spend the whole podcast introducing yourself.
You need to be patient. I know you want to speak, but you know, all right, Jamathan, we're going to have to cut this out. We're going to have to start this over, okay? We're going to have to start the introduction over. All right. And we're back on the Banks and Tranks podcast on a brand new season, after all. Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Appears that the old... I've never really seen this podcast, but they said that
I'm a huge fan.
The previous hostesses, they were not up to snuff, but that's okay. We're going to be continuing the Banks and Tranks podcast. It is the number one interview talk show podcast after all. I am your host, Suhaib from the lost city of Atlantis. Welcome everybody to the podcast. I would like to introduce our guest today, and his name is Aqeef. Ladies and gentlemen, Aqeef.
It's actually Aqeef. Hello, I'm so happy to be here today. I'm Aqeef.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Aqeef.
It's Aqeef.
All right, so Banks and Tranks podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This has gone through a lot of different iterations. It used to be, if you were familiar, it actually started out as a self-help and political commentary show, and now it has moved on and it has really changed up significantly to actually be an interview talk show podcast. Isn't that amazing?
What? Wow.
And I am the interviewer, and today you will be the interviewee. So
happy to be here.
So I hear, actually, this isn't why you were brought on to be interviewed today, but I thought I would give you like a little bit of an opportunity. And thanks to our logo designers today for giving us this amazing logo. Oh my God, this is an amazing graphic and logo.
Wow, you can really
episode.
Tell. Wow,
this is amazing.
And
Freakier Friday.
It's wonderful advertising for my movie.
So what can you tell us about Freakier Friday? So your movie, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a movie star in the midst and everyone said this podcast sucked, and so we're going to start right off by interviewing a fucking movie star. Ladies and gentlemen, a movie star. It doesn't get freakier than that for sure. So you can see on this calendar, last week was Freaky Friday. This week, what kind of Friday are we having?
And I mean, that gets right elegantly into my point about my movie, Freakier Friday. It's actually a movie. It takes place 1 week after the events of Freaky Friday. And, most people have seen that movie, so I'm not gonna synopsize it. But this new one, Freakier Friday, it features me, Aqeef, as my character, Roginald. And I'm gonna be playing a very interesting character.
So, who are your co-stars?
Yeah, I'm gonna be working with never before done Lindsay Lohan and Jane Goodall from movies. And I love my cast. I love working with these guys. They're just like really so awesome. Like the whole team is great. I love it there. It's awesome.
Wow. This is some wonderful stuff. So we've got some info here. Lindsay Lohan and Jane Goodall will be in this film. And so we've actually received a synopsis, and I find this really interesting. So in the first Freaky Friday, Jane Goodall was it, and Lindsay Lohan, they actually swapped bodies, and it was a 2-person body swap. But this is interesting. For this film, they're going to have 3 people doing a body swap.
Never before been done.
It's never been done. They've done 4 people, 8 people, 16 people. But they've never done 3.
When I was reading the script, I was just floored because there's the fact that I both am being transported into one of my co-stars' bodies, and that a co-star is being transported into my body. And you're gonna have to watch the movie to see who does who. But
well, actually, we don't have to watch the movie at all, because we can now. You're not allowed to say exactly what happens,
but I can say lots of things.
We do want to give predictions. I want to give my prediction of how I think this movie is going to turn out. On top of being an interview show, this is also a movie critique show, movie criticism and movie predictions. We also do that here on the show. Isn't that awesome?
That's wow, you guys. That's like a lot of show.
So we do a lot of stuff, but I'm still stuck about this point. There's 3 people. Reginald, he really... Roginal really throws a wrench into this whole plot. This is very different. And with a 1-week gap, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see the de-aging CGI being used on Jane Goodall and on Akif's Roginal. Lindsay Lohan does not need the de-aging. Akif...
Do I need to de-age? Oh, that was just a joke for the audience, right?
Yeah, right. So the de-aging CGI is going to be very interesting, and I'm very supportive of using this CGI technology. I don't like that some of it is AI powered. That is something that we at the Banks and Tranks podcast find very concerning. But
well, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit controversial, but I like to think that it's a little bit of magic that we just need to
a little bit of movie magic. Okay, so in our movie magic, there's also magic in this movie, and here's the thing that I want to figure out. We have Akif over here, we have Lindsay Lohan over here, and we have Jane Goodall over here. It's interesting. So you're just mononymous, kind of like Zendaya.
Yeah. I mean, it's
just like Zendaya, exactly like Zendaya.
Yeah, just like Zendaya, just like her,
like Zendaya, right? So
right.
So I heard you were actually mentored by. So before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to know, you were mentored by Zendaya.
Yeah, so actually I've had a lot of experience. So the current director for this movie, Dawood, this is my second project with him, and the last project I worked with him was actually called Dune Part 2.5/3. And Zendaya, she was on that film, and she was a wonderful actress. I've so much to learn about her. You're drawing a really nice, I think that's a mustache on her. That's beautiful.
Oh, no, this is Dawood.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I don't...
The director, Dawood.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect.
I'll be able to interview Dawood.
I have a lot of... Yeah, I think that'd be interesting if you could. But I think he has a lot of interesting expertise. He brings up a lot of time, years when he's doing stuff, and so it kind of shows a very year basis for cinema. It's kind of like cinema throughout the years. But fortunately, the thing with my movie Freakier Friday, out pretty soon on a Friday, the 13th actually, is that this movie is going to be released in a year. So Dawood thought that was especially important to note for advertising this film, which I think is just absolutely breathtaking.
So correct me if I'm wrong, though. I think the official release date is actually... Let me look this up real quick.
Does that say Long Island map or Lady Gaga naked?
Do you have trouble reading?
No, it's just I have a nearsightedness.
So this actually comes out on August 8th, 2025. So do you think you could explain that discrepancy about the time that you gave and the time this is actually coming out, because I want to investigate this a little bit about this time discrepancy. This movie's coming out on August 8th.
Yeah, so here's the thing, like when I'm making the movie, like I'm often very like aware of like the plot and like everything that goes into the movie, the acting, the storyline. There's a whole plot about periods and stuff, like lots of things in that movie. So, you know, the dates and stuff and the nitty gritty, like details, they can get a bit lost in the mess. And Dawood does a really good job with it. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's interesting to me. Yeah, but you're absolutely going to be in this movie. And there's no doubt about it, because then this chart that I'm about to draw would not make any sense. So we have a very interesting body swap plot. So I actually got behind the scenes. I was able to see this. So correct me if I'm wrong. So first, Akif goes into Jane Goodall, does a body swap with her. And then so Jane Goodall ends up in Akif's body.
Ooh.
Jane Goodall and Akif is in her body. But then Lindsay Lohan and Akif do a body swap. And
you mean Lindsay Lohan, Jane Goodall?
Jane Goodall with Akif inside of her body swap. Akif ends up inside of Lindsay Lohan, and then Lindsay Lohan ends up inside of Jane Goodall. Very interesting thing, because in the first movie with Jane Goodall, who was definitely in that film, with Jane Goodall in the film, as she was originally, she was definitely the first person in the movie last time. That's no doubt about that. I don't know why anyone would have any confusion about that. But so what's interesting about this is we don't get this swap, but what ends up is that if we draw a map here, I love doing these. I love doing charts. What's your thoughts on charts?
A flow diagram.
This is actually going to be a table. You like tables? You like tables? You know, I was dating this girl, and her job, very precarious. It was tables.
Oh, how does she make any money off that? Is that profitable? I don't know. I'm
the one interviewing today.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm the one asking the questions.
Sorry.
You can't ask me any questions until I ask you a question.
Cue the audience laughter to cover that one up.
So, body and then soul. So this is interesting. So, we write Akif, mononymous like Zendaya. We have Lindsay Lohan, Jane Goodall, and then in the body, let's go work backwards here. So Lindsay Lohan is in Jane Goodall's body, and Akif ends up in Lindsay Lohan's body. And this is what's fascinating to me. So actually, in the end, Jane Goodall is still in Akif's body. And, you know, it's been a really interesting situation. We've been having a lot of conversations, and I think this film, which is a very deep philosophical piece about identity in the first place, is tackling a very present issue about the idea of having a woman's soul in an assigned male at birth body.
Yeah, and it has a lot of implications in the plot.
Yeah, really. So I could imagine a number of different implications, like, you know, maybe she wants gender affirming care. She would feel very uncomfortable in the body. What are maybe the changes in the body that she might be? And I'm really curious too. Is, you know, it happens at a very interesting time of the month. We saw, if we do a little bit of deduction, we can see right here that it's already been 3 Fridays, but we didn't see in the first Freaky Friday anybody be on a period. We didn't see Jane Goodall or Lindsay Lohan have their period. Now, Jane Goodall, she might struggle, you know, unfortunate with the age.
Might be on menopause.
Menopausal.
I hate to say that about my co-star.
But you know, Lindsay, you're getting transferred into a younger body. Your body might actually experience something different. And I've been wondering, like, does the body, even though her soul has been moved now, does it still experience periods?
Yes. So actually,
interesting.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit more about the periods that Reginald experiences in this film and the implications?
Since Freakier Friday is a period piece, having periods experienced by a man in the movie was extremely important, especially since a whole week had passed since the events of the first movie. And I'm going to be getting into some messy stuff. So one of the things to note is this is the first Disney movie that's going to be on the Disney Channel, which is actually R-rated, because we deal with some of this hormonal imbalance and the implications of a woman's soul inside of a man's body. What ends up happening is that men already all across the planet experience periods, and
I'm gonna stop you right there. They experience what now?
Periods. It's a dick period. It's where your dick starts bleeding when you go to the bathroom, and you gotta do the blood piss all out into the toilet and then flush it down. It's kind of a grotesque misadventure that happens every
So have you experienced this personally?
Yeah, and I'm aware that many men do that. So it was really interesting.
How many would you say a year?
No way to count. There's just no way for me to count. I'm not a statistician. I'm an actor.
Okay, so I am getting a page. I'm getting paged by a doctor. Yeah. What's that? Okay. Oh, you want us to go with it? You want me to go along with it? You don't want me to push back at all on this? Really? What? Yeah, whatever you say. Yeah, so periods experienced by millions of people, including many of the millions of people who watch the Banks and Tranks podcast. This is a very serious topic, real experience that many men go through. And,
and
it's very, I think it's very courageous for Daoud to create a film that represents so many men and shows what they're going through. Now, personally, I don't experience any periods. I don't know if that makes me less of a man, but
you're missing out. Honestly, they're kind of a blast to have. Women always complain about their periods, but I never see it on the opposite side, and it kind of makes sense. It's more celebratory. It's more like I kind of love it. But it was really interesting because the casting specifically required a period haver, as what we're called. One of the many men that do this. So for the movie to be able to accurately act as if though a woman's soul inside of a man's body was experienced this as a way to show that the woman's periods have not left and they are still being experienced just via the dick. Yes.
So let's investigate this a little bit further. What causes a period?
So
for those of you who don't know, the period is caused by the shedding of the inner walls, the inner uterine wall or something like that. It gets shed every month, trying to flush out the eggs or whatever. I don't actually know that much, but that's my understanding of it. It's a biological process. It's actually not something that necessarily needs to happen. There's actually ways to prevent periods. And different things. You can talk to your doctor about wanting to not have periods anymore. It's not something necessarily required by the body to do for the female body, but or at least those who have uteruses. But I want to understand what would cause the penis to start bleeding, and why period?
D for dick,
but that's
or disco stick if you've heard that one Lady Gaga song,
right? So it's a disco stick period.
Yeah. I want to take a ride on your disco stick period.
Write that down.
Yes. So that's kind of the thing is I mean, yeah, it's a rare affliction, but I do love to have it. And the thing is the reasoning behind it. The reason is because so in this day and age, like male pregnancy rates are just rising. They're on the run, and they are. And the thing with a male pregnancy is that it kind of happens because there needs to be essentially there's a draining process. The baby from a male pregnancy comes out of the anus of the man, and some biochemical diffusion happens, some sort of like interesting processes. I don't really study this or anything, but like, the type of thing that would categorize a cnidarian as being radially symmetrical, that sort of stuff happens inside of the male's body, which allows for them to eventually be pregnant when they're older. So, yeah.
So, okay, so that's pretty.
But this is such an aside. I mean, I have this thing happening to me, but it's just for the movie. That's who I am.
Now, I find you say you're having it just for the movie, but you also say that you experience this in real life.
Yes.
So, this is to flush it out for male pregnancies. I do hope you understand what you've implied just now. So, I think the next logical question
it here, folks.
Is, have you ever been pregnant?
Not yet.
So then how did you have your first period?
Well, I'm just one of the men that's able to be pregnant.
So how do men get this ability to get male pregnancy so that they can then get a disco stick period?
It's kind of been essentially there was a genetic mutation and a recombination event that caused the first man to do this. And that man was my father. So it's hereditary.
So this is news to me because for those of you who don't know, we're actually brothers. So we have the same father. And this is the first time I'm hearing of this, and I can't have periods. I don't get periods at all.
Listen,
that's not a thing. That's not a thing I experience.
I thought you were the talk show host. I don't know about any of this. So
okay, well,
yeah,
you know me. I'm your brother, Suhaib, and you're my brother, Akif, and This is all interesting. Are you really in Freakier Friday?
What? Do you think I'm not in the?
So,
what?
As an actor, would you like to talk about some of your other acting credits, like some other films you've been in? I think.
Oh yeah, my
be good to talk about that.
My actor cred.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I was in this. Well, I mentioned before I was in Dune. 2.5 or 3. I was in the Kingdom Hearts Recoded film. Although I think that one was direct to DVD. If you look at my IMDb, I actually voiced Donald Duck in the movie Goofy's Way Out. Yeah, you can just look at that right there. So that I wasn't in that movie. That one's not me.
Okay.
But
Okay, wait. Let me help identify you. Okay, so you've written. So okay, my understanding, this is you. That's interesting. So
yeah, if you didn't notice, we've been using some of that de-aging CGI on.
While writing and publishing these nonfiction essays, Perinci also increasingly came in contact with the functionaries of the anti-Islamic movement Pegida, the right-wing populist party Alternative for Germany, and the small right-wing German Freedom Party. So that's interesting. So you're a Nazi? Do you still want to say this is you? I don't. Or is this just a guy who has the same name as you and he wrote some books? But you were recommending me his books. You told me a lot about reading. You should read books.
That's the thing is, I've always said is that you should always read books by your same author name. You should actually look up yourself and find your books.
Okay, so this is a little bit curious to me. Okay, so let's go back to IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which you claim you have credits on here.
I have actor creds. I have social cred, gamer cred, actor cred. I have it.
So is this you?
No, that one's not me.
Okay. Maybe these are all titles. Let's go to actors. Let's go to
Akif Parinci. I just know about him. I don't know that much.
Is this you?
Oh, I remember taking that photo. Yeah. I remember smiling, or I remember I wanted to smile, but the photographer said don't. So
I think he is very clearly smiling in this photo. You claim this is you.
But that's the thing. My pen name is Kilman. and I think I've worn that hat before. I don't know. I'm having some like
let me guess. You were also in this movie, The Amateur, with
Rami Malek.
With Rami Malek.
Oh, Rami Malek and we go way back.
So this isn't IMDb credits. This is an ad. This is a fucking ad.
I don't.
Okay, so you've been. These are the films.
Yeah. Tov Bakar. I was
Tov Bakar.
I was a really huge part of that movie. I was the love interest for the main person. That was my breakout hit. That was my breakout hit with 5.1 stars. Otherwise, how else would I have booked the role?
Right, that's interesting. You got 5.1 stars out of 5. It's never been done.
I know. I didn't even know that the score went up that high, and it turns out I got extra credit. So if you think I don't have actor cred, like, I got news for you. Get with the times, old man.
And so you were also in Saban, Son of Saban?
Yeah, although I didn't really like that one. I didn't like filming
the years for these are interesting because it's 1977. 1977.
Well,
how did you do 2 movies in 1 year?
Listen, I'm a little old, but we've been using the de-aging technologies for Freakier Friday. I mean, these actors are getting younger and younger. Like, us old-timers, we have it rough.
1988. And this one only got 3.2 stars. This one got 6.1. What's this?
Oh, yeah, Japanissi. It's where we have a trip to Japan. It's kind of a outdoorsy
type. Here's some of the people that you worked with in these films. It looks like you were just an extra. Do you know anything about Fatima Girik? She was the Japan robot in this.
Oh, I remember her like the back of my hand. My god.
What can you tell us about Fatima Girik?
Yes, no, she was the, I really wanted to.
And how long did you live? How long did
better.
you live in Turkey and do films? How did you develop your filmography in Turkey?
That's the thing is, Turkey is a really hard country to make movies in because
right. So you've made movies in Turkey, and there was a movie recently that actually it took a guy and he was from Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's interesting.
Yeah,
that they have places like Turkey and Hungary.
Yeah, I would put that thought. I would put a pin in that thought.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I just want to confirm with the
Oh, you've plenty confirmed it.
I just want to make it clear. Akif Kilman, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do a little side by side. Yeah, same guy. If you ask Donald Trump, he'd say the same guy, and he's the president of the United States.
He
can't fucking.
If you can't trust that guy, then
you can't fucking trust that guy. Who are you gonna trust?
Right.
Who are you gonna trust? You're not gonna trust anyone. You're not gonna be able to trust anyone in the whole world if you do that. If you can't trust the president, let's move on. I think.
Yeah, enough of that JD Vance nonsense.
Freakier Friday. It's a real
movie.
It's a real movie. We have some doubts about whether Akif is going to be in it. I don't know why they would hire a Turkish actor from the 1970s who's never been in a leading role to be in the leading role for this film.
It's DEI, honestly.
But let's move on to our next topic, and that is, would you rather?
I wouldn't.
Wouldn't what?
I wouldn't rather.
All right. So today we're going to play a little bit of Would You Rather so we can get more familiar with our star, Akif Kilman. Akif? So, would you rather? This is a tough question I ask everybody that has been in the hot seat in every episode, which this is the first episode, so I don't know
what you're talking about. Yeah.
So would you rather? Here's my question. Okay. So we're gonna start with: would you rather be a dragon cat? Okay. And let me just list his abilities real quick.
I was gonna say stats.
Fire breathing. Lands on feet. Not AI generated. Has hair and scales.
Does he have wings?
Can fly, but no wings.
Okay.
So he uses like levitation.
Okay.
Telekinesis.
Okay. I'm liking this option so far. I wonder what the next one
time travel. So yeah, we don't have to even show the next one. It's obviously.
Well, I'd like to hear the next one.
Okay. All right. I'll show the next one. JD Vance.
Ooh.
So here's the thing, vice president.
But it's like him.
Okay, we won't do this one.
It's too easy. Make it a little bit harder. Make it a little bit harder. Maybe like Homer Simpson.
No, I'm the one.
Okay.
I'm the host of this podcast. I'm gonna come up with the stuff. You're not. You need to be respectful.
I just want to answer. Okay, I'll talk about Homer Simpson another time. My dutiful fans know how much I like.
I think there's going to be an opportunity for Homer Simpson to come back later in a later segment.
All right, write up the next one. Enough of that.
You can't tell me what to do. This is my show. The producers okayed everything that I've decided for
I'm a wonderful actor to work with. I'm really nice to work with. Okay. Don't be chaperoning me into Twitter right now after this.
Okay. And then Dragon Cat or all right, this is the first part, dog. All right, you liking this so far? Dog. God.
Oh, what's stats?
So he can do everything a god can do, everything that God, the God, can do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's also a dog.
Ooh.
He can also do tricks. He can catch a ball.
Ooh, this is tough. I would be Dragon Cat.
Okay, let me up the ante.
Okay. I don't know. It's just very like Dragon Cat, it's all laid out. Okay, breathe fire, land on feet, hair, and the scales, and the telekinesis, and the time. Like, he can do basically everything. But Dog God, what can he do? He can just do what God does. Last time I checked, God doesn't do jack shit.
Okay, so let's just detail what God can do. So he could do everything.
Like anything else?
This is everything.
What else?
So that means he can breathe fire.
Here's the other
Land
thing.
on feet, not be AI generated.
I'm not really a dog person. I'm more of a cat person. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right. It's like, do I want to...
All right. Yeah, I... Honestly, I was really convinced, but actually, I think 2-0.
Okay, I'm glad
2-0,
we're
going to have to go with Dragon Cat.
Yeah, Dragon Cat. Yeah.
This was too easy. This was...
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a good one.
Good one.
So here's one. Would you rather be the mom of 8 children, but you have Superman powers? Or Donkey Kong's fish?
Does he have a fish? Oh, the dolphin guy that goes fast underwater.
Sure. No, that's not a fish. That's a mammal.
Crap.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Crap.
Unfortunately.
I guess I'll be. Wait,
Hold on,
stats.
You want the stats. Okay.
This is too tough. It's close. I don't.
So Superman powers. So laser, vision, frost breath, X-ray vision.
But that just means he can see like through a person, right?
You can see through anything.
Okay. That's
as long as it's not
good.
like a really heavy metal that blocks the radiation. That's fine.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Super strength, super speed.
But then he's a mom of 8 kids.
But the 8 kids all have powers too.
Oh, not to mention, I feel like having 8 kids is only hard if you're a normal.
You can fly. She can fly. So you can be the mom of 8 children. You can be
a super mama.
See, I will say, no periods.
Oh.
Just periods.
I don't know if I'd ever want a period. Yikes.
So. But. Boobs.
Oh.
And
that's something.
Has sex with men.
Why 8+?
Because she has 8 kids.
All the kids are from a different dad. They don't have like a nice nuclear Superman family.
I never thought of it like that. I've always.
I always see somebody with a lot of kids and I think, wow, they have a lot of dads.
Yeah, like Nick Cannon. He's got so many kids.
Say, I look
and
at
there's all different moms.
I look at the president. I look at the the president's first lady. I look at like all the leading men in Hollywood have like 10 kids and 10 wives that
and
each
how
kid
come
came
one
from.
woman has to have 9 kids and 1 guy? Right? What's up with that? That's bullshit.
That's actually a bunch of crypto crap.
She has a lot of sex with men. So I thought
Okay.
And
seems a little tough if you're having a period all the time, but works I guess.
Enough money for a dick surgery.
Oh.
So she can get her own disco stick.
She can get disco stick periods.
So but you're probably wondering, how does she have enough money? Well, she's got 8 kids with superpowers. Do you know what that means?
Oh,
she can put them.
One of them print money?
No, they all have the same superpowers as her. But they can all steal money for her. They can all. But she doesn't like to do that. She's a good girl because she's like Superman. But here's the really cool thing.
Isn't she me though? Don't I get to like have?
Okay,
free
I guess
will?
you can do whatever you want with the powers. But the way it works is that she's already done all of her mom stuff. She already has the 8 kids, so you don't have to go through childbirth. You don't have to go through all that stuff. And then one day, her consciousness that she has already, poof, gone. Disappears, dies.
Just like my movie.
And then you get put into her. Yeah, it's like Freakiest Friday. So sorry to spoil the news, guys. The third one, this is the plot of Freakiest
Oh my
Friday.
god.
It's a crossover with Superman.
My directors.
It's a crossover with Supermom, Octomom. Let's fucking go!
My directors are gonna hate me for that. Oh my god. But cat's out of the bag.
But
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Donkey Kong's
Dragon
fish.
cat's out of the bag.
Dragon cat's out of the bag.
Ayo.
Can I get some of the stats on Donkey Fish?
Oh, yeah. So Donkey Kong's fish, okay, can swim. Needs water to survive.
Okay.
And he needs to be in water. Easy to kill. No powers.
Is he like a goldfish?
Knows Donkey Kong.
Oh.
Is in the Switch 2. So the idea here is that if you become Donkey Kong's fish, you no longer have to buy the Switch 2 because you'll just be in the Switch 2. So you can play whatever game you want, I think.
Okay, that's the okay, can I get a big zoom out? Enhance, okay. Oh, no. Enhance again. Enhance. I just want to see all the Donkey Kong powers and all the Super Mama powers. Super Mama or the Donkey Fish. God, there's just so many options. Like, it's a close call. Ugh, but do I want to have a period? Donkey Kong's fish, that's a male, right?
Yeah.
I'll be Donkey Kong's fish. And I mean, a Switch 2 for free that I get to passively exist in? Sign me up.
Honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with Supermom.
Supermom? I mean, you know what? It's a close call.
She's got a snatched waist.
It's a close call.
She's got boobs. She's got a nice pussy. That's everything I've ever wanted. So, that's...
Tell that
easy.
to the hospital.
Well, we're in tough times right now.
Oh, wait 4 years.
We're in tough times.
Minimum.
So, I don't want any of that stuff. I'd never want it. And in any case, right, if I was a teacher and I was teaching in Florida and a child asked me that I should call them by their preferred name, I would make sure that I would dead name them every opportunity that I get just so I don't get the death penalty. Because that's what America's all about.
I love
That's
America.
what America's all about.
I love America.
That's what it's about.
I love my country. Oh my God, is that
America?
Is that the Statue of Liberty right now? Let me suck her dick.
Oh, what? A girl having a dick?
Sorry, let me lick her.
Let me fucking put my ass on her torch.
All right, can I flip the script on you and ask you a would you rather?
Sure, be my guest. Be my guest.
All right. Would you rather be...
Do you want to write it down?
Oh, I'd love to.
It's gonna be a little tough for you to... Oh, okay. Orangutan with balls, okay? Or orangutan with no balls. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is really difficult
No
to
balls
read,
you won't.
but orangutan with balls or orangutan with no balls. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
Can you confirm? Can we get confirmation?
I can sign off that that's what I said. That's what I just wrote. I just wrote that with my mouth.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's not. I just lied.
We
for the audio listeners, I did not write it with my mouth.
For the audio listeners,
do we even have those?
I think that's going to be helpful for the audio listeners. So, orangutan with balls or orangutan with no balls? I've got to say, there's only one option. There's only one clear option.
So pick it.
I'd get no balls.
Oh, let me add. The orangutan with no balls had balls, but they were taken off. And you have to witness that process.
I would have the balls.
All right, me too. Yeah, put a big circle around that orangutan with balls. Hell yeah. All right. Those are some good would you rathers. I think our viewers and listeners are going to have a lot to think about today.
So I've got one last would you rather question for you.
Oh.
Okay. So would you rather get a Lumen corporate approved licensed
brain
surgeon severance procedure? It's very expensive, but it doesn't fuck your brain up. Or a Walmart severance, but it can possibly give your any brain damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me think about that. My gut is telling me Walmart severance. But for some reason, there's a voice in my head that's saying that the Lumen corporate approved licensed surgeon's severance procedure would be not risky. So I think I'll pick that one. I don't know. I just I feel like there's two wolves inside of me, and one is saying Walmart severance and the other is saying Lumen corporate approved licensed surgeon severance. And I think I'll have to go with the Lumen wolf. I don't know. Must be something in my program or something. I don't even know.
So there's one wolf right here.
I know you've mentioned that in you there's two wolves, and one is do something and the other is not do something.
Let me speak my truth. So, as a member of the Banks and Tranks podcast, I always wake up in the morning and I struggle to figure out, do I want to do something or do I want to not do something? And I realize that there's two wolves inside of me. And that brings us right to our sponsor of the day, SquareShark. Now listen, with SquareShark, you will be able to have a service provided to you that will allow you to have the wolves be decided for you. They can design anything they want for you. Wolves, sheep, goats, trucks, banks, tranks, anything that you would ever need to be done to you can be designed, and all it takes is these logo designers. In fact, we've partnered up with SquareShark today to provide amazing logo designs just for today's episode, such as the Freakier Friday logo, the Would You Rather logo. Let's check this out. Would, the letter U,
Wow.
rather,
It really gets to the point.
question mark, and an upside down question mark because it's in Espanol.
How do they come up with that? Oh
How-
my god.
And if
The
you ever
expert
need a logo
designers.
designed for you, this is the thing. SquareShark can get that done for you. We can see SquareShark's logo right here. This is an epic, awesome sauce logo. The best logo that's ever been made. And with the features of SquareShark, you will be able to do online private browsing without anybody being able to know what you're looking at. And if you ever want to get content that's region locked, because on Netflix, I want to be able to watch Lego Ninjago, but they don't have it on American Netflix. They don't have it because it's banned here because of all of the Heil Hitlers in it. So in order to watch it, we need to we need to use SquareShark to access the website out in Germany. And with SquareShark, you're able to learn so many different skills. You'll be able to have this share of skills and be able to see all kinds of experts talk about all of the different types of skills that you would ever be able to want to learn. And additionally, you will be able to listen to music uninterrupted without any problems with SquareShark. These are the best Bluetooth earbuds that I've ever had the privilege of using during my gaming experience with SquareShark. I'm able to play as many games that I would want. None of them are region locked. None of them are through a paywall. With SquareShark, I can do as much piracy as I want to, and I can have my logo designed by SquareShark. And with SquareShark, you can actually donate your firstborn baby to SquareShark, and they'll give you 10 free subscriptions of SquareShark. Just use the code Banks and Tranks Podcast, and you will be able to get 500% off. That's right.
500%?
We didn't even know this was possible.
Oh my, that is a lot of percent.
500% off. Right? And with SquareShark,
Please enter in our code Banks and Tranks to get a limited time offer.
yes, please enter our code for SquareShark. Right now, we're really desperate for where we would really appreciate it if you would come through and come across, and please use the code for SquareShark. That's Tranks and Banks. That use
The
our
T
code.
and B are capital.
The Tranks and
And the
Banks,
and
you will
is-
get 600%.
I think the
off.
and is spelled like Banks and Tranks.
Yeah.
It'll
We
be
don't want to write it down. They
It'll-
told us that we don't want to write it down. You're gonna have to keep trying, but you only get one attempt. You get one attempt to put our code in. So if you
otherwise system
spell it,
shut down.
if you spell it incorrectly and you don't write it the way that it's supposed to be put into the CAPTCHA, and if it detects that you have you ever used AI in your life, it will automatically
implant a virus into your computer and cause it to turn into a shark.
And also it'll automatically send SWAT to your house. There will be cocaine found inside of the source code of your computer. How does that work? We don't know.
We're not sure.
Don't
We're not the
fucking
coders.
fuck with SquareShark. Don't fuck around with us. Put in the code.
Put in the code.
Banks and Tranks.
Oh,
Put
I thought it was N.
Banks and Tranks. Put the code in. You put the code in.
You gotta
deliver
give.
your
You have
firstborn
to-
child, and you'll get 500 fucking percent off.
And you'll get the
And you'll be able to browse on the internet.
And you're gonna be able to use.
How many many rooms?
How many podcasts?
How many fucking podcasts have the same sponsorship segment?
Amazing
They've never been sponsored by SquareShark.
They never have a dead.
It never happened.
No. How many rooms are there a deadpan sponsorship
And
segment?
how many rooms can you have sharks in?
Only the water ones.
Oh my god. All right, welcome back. Yeah, so that had to have been the greatest ad read that's ever been done on any podcast, right?
We'll do top 10 ad reads at some point.
We'll do top 10 ad reads, right?
Yeah.
We'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go on
Just
to our
quantify.
next topic. Dating advice. Everybody
asks us because
everybody's been wondering about this one.
I mean, I'm an actor.
What the fuck is going on?
You're like some Jimmy Fallon type, but Jimmy Fallon fucks too.
That's what Jimmy fucking Fallon sounds like. Motherfucker, you think I'm fucking like Jimmy Fallon? Yeah, Jimmy Fallon wishes he was like me. First of all, bitch, I can rap. You can't even do any shit. You can't even fap. You ain't ever jerked off before like one of the boys. Yeah, I know you. I know all about your toys.
Listen, professional rapper or professional yapper. Am I right or am I right?
Ladies and gentlemen, why not both?
So anyways, on to dating. Yapping. Yap to not fap. What's another word? Yap to fap. Are we going with this? Oh,
Yap to dap.
Yap to, what's that, like dap up? My hand's sweaty. Okay.
Yap to dap, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta yap to dap. You gotta give and you gotta yap to dap.
But yeah.
If you're not yapping to dap, you're not even, you're behind. You're behind.
It's kind of a whole thing where
you don't want to be behind if you're a bottom.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're super behind and you're always like, "Oh, I'm not going to say that much to this girl and the girl's going to automatically fall in love with me." You're living a delusion. You're stupid. You're dumb. You've never talked to a woman before and you never will. Unless you take our advice.
All right, so the real reason why I had the start of Freakier Friday and
Todo bakar.
Sokarkin is because of the fucking dating advice. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the best dating advice that's ever been said.
I'm one of the best dating advisors.
In history. Let's take it away, Akif. What was it?
Kilman.
Akif Kilman.
You should know my name by now. I've been on the episode for
Akif Kilman.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Akif Kilman, everyone.
Yeah.
What are some So I get this question a lot in the comments of the Banks and Tranks podcast. And they're always asking me, what should I choose if I'm approaching a woman? Fashion or comfort?
And you know what I'm always saying? Fashion over comfort. And I'm always saying that.
And he's always saying
and
that.
I'm always saying fashion over comfort.
Yeah, we were actually backstage.
Behind the scenes.
This is actually all done on a sound stage, by the way. If you didn't know
this is actually 3/4 of a room.
3/4 of a room. And yeah, this is what a lot of people don't understand. That I'm just trying to get some coffee. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know this is the guy I'm going to interview. And he goes up to me and he's like, "Look, you're a little bit too comfortable." I said, "What do you mean by that?" He's like, "Fashion over comfort," and then walks away. Just fucking aura mogs me. Ladies and gentlemen,
I was farming.
This man was fucking aura farming and was telling me fashion over comfort. What the fuck?
I always say it, don't spray it. Yikes.
I don't really get it, man. All right, fashion or comfort, fashion over comfort. It all feels the same to me. Oh, we're only at. Oh no, that's yeah. Okay, we're at an hour now. Okay. So we've always been asking fashion over comfort, comfort over fashion. These are the questions that modern philosophers have been debating over for so many centuries. We know the answer is clear. It's fashion over comfort. If you want to get bitches, do fashion over comfort. Now, you want to provide a case study of a man who goes, I believe, to Princeton?
Yes.
Please tell us this story.
Yes. So, I wouldn't call him a friend. I wouldn't call him a lot of things, but I would call him a lot of offensive things. This guy.
Let's call him. Let's call him Professor X. Okay. Charles Xavier, Professor X.
Okay,
let's call
sure.
him Professor X.
But let's be real here. He's not a professor. He is a freshman in college. Professor X, yeah. So this guy, he goes to Princeton, and let me tell you, he is a number one troll, maybe the biggest troll ever. Like, he has not had a serious thought since like the 3rd grade, and even that is like, did he? But here's the thing. He calls me and he's like, yo, yeah. Like, Princeton is like the worst place I've ever been to in my life. And I'm like, oh, what's up with that? And it's like, he said he got a girlfriend, which I did not believe at all, because I'm like, this guy has no riz. This guy is like, he probably just thought that this girl that talked to him was his girlfriend. And I bet she wasn't even in on the joke, which I call it a joke. Professor X probably thought it was real. Regardless, Professor X. So he actually spent a whopping $3,000 on Hypebeast merch to get with this girl. And what did she do? She spat on his face, essentially his grave, and does not acknowledge him anymore. And Professor X has gotten the long-term treatment. He no longer has friends because this girl, she's a resident. And people liked her. Let me tell you, Professor X, he's hard to like. And yeah, and this writing that I'm reading right now gets on to my next point, where he said he tried to cuck a guy. Although the call was a little bit funky, he might have been saying tried to fuck a guy. Not totally clear, although he definitely hates gay people, so maybe not. But maybe that's actually more evidence that he was. Regardless, tried to cuck a guy. So this was something where he showed up to a frat party, and essentially he told this girl, he said, this was a girl that was friends with the quote-unquote ex. He was like, Professor.
And to be clear, this is different from Professor X. This is like ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, Professor X's ex-girlfriend, had a friend, and he said he told this girl that he would fuck her to get over the girl. And let me tell you, admitting to this in a court of law would probably get you into some sort of extreme danger with the police. But he told it to me on a call with another, where there was a witness to this call also. So, and it was also recorded because I'm a terrible person. So, yeah, pretty fucked up all around. I don't know if he expanded that much on the cucking a guy thing. I just remember the other thing. But regardless, this man has no drip. He sent pictures of his drip. It doesn't exist. It's unreal. And he spent $3,000 on it. And that's the thing. That's what this is ultimately the thing I wanted to say as one of the best actors ever of our generation, and super humble about it. I think that you can spend $1 bajillion on clothes and it doesn't look good.
Oh, what were you saying? Yeah. Yeah. So basically it's comfort over money.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but fashion over comfort.
Over money.
Using the transitive property, we get
fashion over money.
Yeah. This is great.
Never been done before.
Wow. Modus Ponus. Ladies and gentlemen. Can we get some snaps? All right, we can move on to the final topic then, right?
I say so.
Yeah. So.
Oh, other thing to remember, yin and yang of dating. Just remember it. Just remember it. You can review it on a... Well, maybe you can review it. I don't know. I've never seen this podcast before.
Yin and yang of dating.
Yeah. Our Chinese expert's going to probably think that that's correct. So,
yeah.
Good on
I think Zendaya has always talked about this with Tom Holland.
Yeah. Tomb Holland, I think.
Tomb Holland.
Tomb Holland, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final topic for today. And this is wonderfully crafted logo. I've always said, fuck, marry, kill, game sucks ass. What do you think? This game sucks.
I think it's mid. It might be okay if you're like,
man, we haven't talked about conspiracies today.
Oh.
We'll have to do that. We'll do that. We'll do it.
We'll get
there. Fuck, marry, and kill, ladies and gentlemen. What's the difference between fuck, marry, kill, fuck, marry, and kill? Honestly, I would like to leave it to the inventor of the game and the real reason why we brought him onto the podcast, not because of the shitty movie, not because of the dating advice, nothing else, no other reason. It was for the sponsor segment and for fuck, marry, and kill, ladies and gentlemen. Please take it away. Take it away, Akif. Please tell us about.
Let me tell you.
Can you please tell us about
Killman right here, folks, is going to be telling you FM&K. Yeah. So this is my game I've made, kind of similar to how JD Salinger had a game show. Me, a famous actor, had a game show. Not show.
But
we might make it into a show.
We're gonna play the game show right now.
Yeah. And that's one of my most famous things is as an actor, I'll pretend to be a game show host. But anyways, fuck, marry, and kill. So the original game of FM&K, it's so basic. You get 3 people. Subconsciously, you're already thinking about who to fuck, who to marry, and who to kill. It's too easy. So here's the thing. Fuck, marry, and kill. You do everything. You still get 3 people. You do it all to one person. And here's the twist. The other 2 people, they don't get to sit out. They actually get to help with your thing of choosing. So I think it's a little bit complex. I've seen people get messed up by the rules. I think once we do one example round, people are going to get it. Like,
this is also for ease of access. I also like to call this game 3-2-1. 3-2-1 fuck, marry, kill. So kind of like 3-2-1 switch, 3-2-1 fuck, marry, kill. So the idea is you have 3 people as always. You only pick one person to do all 3 things to, and you have the 2 other people help you with 2 of the other ones. With 2 of the things that you chose to do. So,
and it lets you be much more creative. Like, it's a much more thought-provoking game.
All right. So, and just like tic-tac-toe, we can even use a table to play this. So here I'm gonna write my name. The players' names go up here. Okay, and then we write the names of the people.
Let's start with Zelda, Ganondorf, and Link.
So this is a fun fact. You can use this as a gay test. This is one of the most perfect gay tests of all time. And should we do this? Do our answers before we get into how this works as a gay test, or?
I think answers and then gay test.
Okay, so I'll go first since my name is first and I'm the host.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna FMK Zelda.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use Ganondorf to help me fuck, and I'll use Link to help me.
Link is a very good killer. Oh, Mary.
Yeah, but I want to spare him of the kill.
Oh.
I want to do this myself when she's at her most vulnerable. I want to kill her. I'm going to take her out in the back and fucking blast her brains out with a gun. Do you think a gun could solo
Scooby-Doo
the Zelda world?
No.
It'd be pretty good. I'm not talking about like when they get the advanced technology. I'm saying like Majora's Mask. You could bring a gun in the fucking Majora's Mask and you'd fucking beat the game easily.
Maybe. maybe the Skull Kid seems kind of powerful.
Okay, well,
I don't know. Let me say my answer. I would fuck, marry, and kill Link. Easy. That's an easy.
Right.
And then Ganondorf.
I really would have thought you would have fucked and married Ganondorf. You seem more like the type of guy you'd want to fuck Ganondorf.
Here's my thing. I have a no twink policy, but Link is the original.
So Link is the exception.
He's the exception.
So, because this actually is going to go into how this works as the perfect gay test later. But you've actually already shown the exception, but the exception will help prove the rule. We'll see where. Let's see, how do you use Ganondorf and Zelda to help? Let me guess. So
Ganon, I want him to kill because I feel like he deserves that.
You want to give Ganon the satisfaction of killing him, yeah.
And then Zelda can help me fuck. I feel like she'd be really helpful with their. We'll be the Triforce of like fucking wisdom and courage.
So this is interesting to me because by all metrics of this being used as a gay test, these answers are actually the bisexual one.
Oh,
this is the bisexual answer.
Right. That's the thing is actually, if I gave you the flipped version of yours. Oh, actually, no, I did give the bisexual answer. Yeah.
And then we'll do this is
let's add a third person. Let's call him Ballsack.
Mine is could be bisexual, but probably not because of the Ganondorf F. That adds a little bit of nuance. Throws it into the.
Maybe that's giving probably straight. Maybe that's what. Yeah,
I wonder.
And then soon we'll take an autism test just to check.
We'll do. Let's show. Yeah, gay.
Let's do a dummy variable.
The official gay answer, and this is mainly for bottoms, right? Is you would put Ganondorf. Right, Ganondorf, very manly guy. He's very special. He's the only man born in a race of only women. Right? So that kind of 100. So he's kind of like just a total.
He's a girl's girl.
Total hunk. He's a guy's guy. Okay.
Girl's guy.
He's got a big old swanging dick. He's got everything you'd ever want. Okay. Link, he'd help fuck. Obviously. And Zelda, slay, she'd help marry. Or kill.
You said slay, yeah. But so I think pretty advanced.
And then the straight answer. Straight, this is easy. They would all if for men it would be fuck, marry, kill Zelda. For women it could be there's probably Link. Probably Link. And they so let's do straight man first. Straight man, straight cis man, get
all the pronouns in.
The cis man. I'm gonna have to shrink the chart's gonna get so big.
That's what she said.
And so they would do this. They would use
They would kill Ganon, I think.
They would. You mean they would use Ganondorf to help
kill Link?
Kill? No, to kill. We're talking about straight man right now. To kill Zelda.
Oh yeah,
because they love violence against women, and Link could go. This is an interesting one. It could go either way. It could be F or M.
Yeah, I will say there's a rampant height in there's a rising thing for the straight men that are into twinks and femboys.
Right, we Travis, he was in the previous season, I believe, with the previous interviewers. Don't know who they are, and
he begged the question: is fucking femboys halal and
gay?
Yeah, not halal.
And then straight cis women, they obviously fuck, marry, kill Link. They'd probably use Ganondorf to help I don't know, fuck Link, fuck or kill And they'd use Zelda to help marry. They'd like to have a good bridesmaid.
See, and this game has so many different options. There's only like 2 options in the traditional game.
Yeah, in the normal one, what do we have? We have this. Okay, let me show you. Let's really map this out, right? Why this game is better. So let's say we have fuck, marry, kill is one option. Then fuck, marry, kill, fuck, kill, marry.
Yeah, it's like there's only like 2 options. It's nothing.
Marry, kill, and then kill, and then FKK, MF, and then this would go FM. So we have these 6 options. 1, 2,
That's
3, 4,
nothing.
5, 6. 6 options. Dude, we're not even done.
We're not even close.
Done with these.
All right. You ask one. Make a new one.
Okay. So my next chart has to be let's do what's a solid anime we could choose. You want to do Bleach?
No.
Why not?
Too easy.
Really? I don't think so.
Well, I don't want to do that. Do a game. Oh no, we already did a game.
We already did a game, man. Let's do musicians.
Yeah, do musicians. That's a good one. Or actors. Oh, I know a lot of actors from my job.
So Ryan Gosling. We'll do both.
Celebrities.
Chappell Roan. This is a controversial pick. Controversial pick for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or let's see. So actor, musician. Let's do
Lord.
No, let's do something different. Let's do like a director. Who directed Lady Bird?
Greta Gerwig. Also, I'm kind of thinking of doing one with Jane Goodall at some point. I don't know.
All right, so where are we landing?
Okay. Or you want to go first? Actually, I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first because I asked.
Let's see. All 3 to Ryan Gosling. Oh, I would hate to kill him though. That's unfortunate. I'll marry with Chappell, and then I think
right, because in a way you can get married at a chapel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Kind of a pun. It's kind of a pun, a murder pun. That's cool.
And Greta can help me. She can help me fuck. She's gonna direct the sex tape because that's what she's gonna do.
Okay.
Huge.
Interesting. This is tough. You know,
creative problem.
I think this is a hard one for me. Fuck. I think I have to go with Greta Gerwig. I just, I think I would possibly choose Chaperone. I think she's more attractive, but she wouldn't want to reciprocate that, and I don't want to.
You would have to transition for her. That's a whole thing.
Maybe, or I can work out and look like Hrithik Roshan or something.
Oh, she likes Hrithik Roshan. That's true.
But yeah, I don't want to do something where that would be hurtful for her, because I really like her. I really respect her. I really respect lesbians. But I know this wouldn't hurt her, is helping me kill Greta Gerwig. I don't think she likes Greta Gerwig very much. That's the T on the...
yeah, word on the street.
Word on the street.
If you have a lot of street cred, you just get the word on the street automatically in your brain, so it's good.
Do you have a lot of street cred?
Street cred.
How many bodies have you dropped?
6.
You've dropped 6 bodies. Okay. Interesting.
Actor cred, street cred, gamer cred,
so,
social
ladies
cred.
and gentlemen, it looks like he's played this game a lot of times because he's killed a lot of people. Ryan Gosling, I think, would help me fuck easily. Easy.
Okay.
He could be my third any day he can be in a throuple with me. He honestly, it was between these two. I was really considering the fuck, marry, kill Ryan Gosling, but I'm not a savage like you who would want to kill Ryan Gosling. He's
I would be
American.
Let me
sweetheart.
tell you.
I think cinema will be fine without Greta Gerwig. I will be frank. Let me be frank. Fuck you, Greta Gerwig. Your movies suck.
Let me tell you this. And this has some real repercussions because we're going to be in a movie together soon. But
is it the sex tape that Greta Gerwig is going to film?
So, anyways, moving on. The thing with Gosling is I would be tears in my eyes while killing him. That's all I'll say.
You'll be crying.
Now I have a new one. Okay. Fuck, marry, and kill Lindsay Lohan, Jane Goodall, and the concept of experience.
So this is interesting. We can do concepts in this one. You can't do that
in Fuck, Marry,
in the
Kill.
classic one.
Yeah. We're just gonna slowly introduce this idea. Just one concept, experience as a concept.
All right, I'll go first. I've always wanted to fuck and marry Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, but you'll have to kill her.
And that's why I would use experience to kill her.
Oh.
Why is that? Why would I use experience to kill her? Because that's the loophole, man. Do you want to do your answer, or should I give away how experience makes me the perfect winner of this game?
I'll do my answer.
Okay. But let me
you finish.
She's gonna, I love some old grannies in the bedroom. Who doesn't? Who fucking doesn't, man? Fucking everyone loves grannies in the bedroom.
But yeah, so these are my co-stars, so this is a really tough thing to do.
Yeah, these are your real co-stars.
So I'm gonna have to fuck, marry, and kill Jane Goodall.
Interesting. Fuck, marry, and kill Jane Goodall.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
that's on the record. And then Lindsay Lohan, she's gonna help me marry. She's gonna do our vows.
She's gonna help write the vows. I think that's beautiful.
And then
that's beautiful.
I'm going to use the concept of experience to help me fuck.
Okay. All right. So this is what you totally missed. This is your great blunder in creating this question. I get to use the concept of experience to kill her by having a life experience with her, and then time will simply kill her. The experience of life. She will experience life. She will experience a happily married life with me.
That's
fucking every night.
Thought-provoking.
And then the experience is gonna kill her. Not the experience of fucking, but the experience of living. Right?
Wow.
And I think this brings us to one of the age-old questions and the final true topic of this podcast. Okay? We're going to have more FM&K in the future. We're going to delve even deeper into this topic.
We only did one concept this time. Just wait till there's
wait
three.
Till next time. But I think we're going to be able to get a lot of concepts by the end of today because of our final topic.
Oh my god, this
ladies
logo
and gentlemen,
isn't created by SquareShark?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've always asked, and I've always been asking this, what if oxygen is not something that gives us life, but it is a poison that is slowly killing us, and it takes 80 years to kill us? Right? I've always been asking this. And of course, it's a goofy ass question. What are you talking about, bro?
You were stressing me out.
Stupid.
I was breathing
dumb as
fuck. For that one.
It's dumb.
But I don't know.
Stupid.
What if
shitty.
O2 is the real killer?
No, O2. No, come on. Let's be.
Metals get poisoned by oxygen. What about us?
Let's be logical. Well, that's just a perspective thing. They don't actually get poisoned because they just rust. That poison on metal. We're not made of metals. We're made of organic material.
It's called being poisoned. Metallochemists are studying this.
All right, look, leave your Deriod science. The next thing you're going to tell me is that organometallo science is what causes Deriids.
Listen, like, I'm not a Scientologist. I'm just a scientist. Ologist. I'm a scienceologist.
So you're a scienceologist.
Mm-hmm. Which is why that's actually the real, they keep saying this is the real reason, this is the real reason we're on. No, this is the real reason I'm on, is I'm a scienceologist. And I need to help.
Let's do a quick scienceology prayer. Oh Lord Zainu, who are out in the heavens above us, we want to fuck you. We wish we could fuck you. I want to fuck you, Lord Zainu. I want to fuck you so much. When we die and we all go to heaven, we're all going to have we're all going to gangbang you as Lord Zainu. We're going to fucking fuck you in the ass, Lord Zainu. You gave us $90 Mario Kart. You gave us $500 Switch 2. You gave us all these tariffs. It was all thanks to you, Lord Zainu, who art in the heavens. We've only got about like 5 minutes to talk about this, so
just speedrun.
Scientology, Illuminati. Let's bring these back. Like, I'm so sick of these stupid conspiracy theories. Like, vaccines are turning everybody autistic.
Everybody's turning
the
autistic.
Water's turning everybody gay.
The
Who
cares?
Are turning Who
gay.
cares if everybody is gay and autistic? It'll sell more copies of our Fuck, Marry, and Kill textbook. Come on.
I mean, I think we got to think about train prices.
We've got to think about the train prices.
That's all I had to say.
We've got to think about them.
We just have to think.
We've got to think about them.
But yeah,
I just get so emotional.
Oh my god, this
they used to.
Is this your first day on the talk show?
They
because
used to have
you're
such cheap
getting
trains.
really emotional.
Of course, I'm going to get emotional about one of the greatest blunders that we didn't fucking build high-speed rail. We let Elon Musk take over. Why? And now China, it's the glorious age of China now.
I don't know
why. China does nothing and they keep winning. Donald Trump, he puts on all these tariffs. Now he's going to Xi Jinping. He's like, oh, please. I want you. Can you take back the tariff?
Add a conspiracy theory about the Pentagon. We haven't had enough Pentagon explosion theories.
I don't understand why it's always only this shape. It's only this and like Illuminati triangles.
Maybe it's because they're not like natural. Like, think about like how many shapes can a hamburger be? When you're American, you got to think of hamburgers. Hamburgers can be square shaped by Wendy's or circle shaped by McDonald's. You can't have a pentagon hamburger.
But can you have a hexagon?
You can't have a triangle hamburger. Oh. I guess if you cut the corners off the squares. No. You can only have an octagon. You could cut a square in a way that it's I mean, low-key IMO, like, you can round up I round up octagons to being circles. So this doesn't go against the last thing I said. Pentagon burgers, not real. And also triangle burgers. And I think that's why. Also, can you zoom in on the word Pentagon really quick? Zoom in. Okay. You see that N? Okay, flip it upside down. Okay. Now, reverse it. Okay. Or can you reverse it? I don't know. Okay. Now rip off the bottom of the P. Or the G, the G. And throw it above the N and the other N. Oh my god, are you seeing this right now? Are you goon? Oh my god, this is terrible. They're putting this in the kids' water. And what?
Okay. Look, I think that's enough today's episode.
So that's
I don't
enough.
think we can do better than that,
I
guys.
think we're done with
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
episode.
Banks and Tranks fucking
Quit while
podcast.
you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead.
This fucking
Fashion over comfort.
episode's over. See you guys later. Bye-bye.